Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here, honey. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another review on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, girl, we're gonna get through this review the best way that we can. Please be sure that you guys are liking the video. Okay, be sure to like up the video if you have yet to do so. And also, can y'all put y'all ratings in the chat? Okay, in the comment section, and let me know what rate would you give this episode. And for me, I give the episode, girl, let me see what the hell happened in the episode again. I mean, Drew being dramatic at the top and the bottom of the episode, girl. It's giving 4-5-ish for me. Somewhere up in there. And the rain probably affected a lot of that. I mean, it's crazy because they went to this trip to Portugal, right? And the rain made the trip a bit dull, right? As far as scenery wise. And I felt like the episode was given just that, dull, in my personal. I feel like it could have been more entertaining had Kenya not have fallen and hurt herself, which required her to be in the hospital for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So if she would have been able to be more active with the ladies, then maybe she would have gave them, she would have created a few scenes that would have been a bit entertaining, but it was giving very dry. And I feel like this is a clear example for me that if Kenya is like Nene, so first of all, I did a video already on Nene and her interview. Nene said that Kenya is needed for this show. And I agree. Okay. Until y'all find somebody else that's going to be better, I agree. Because Kenya not interacting for this particular thing, like it was giving lackluster. Like if y'all think y'all can bring this cast back to us next year and it just be them, it might not be entertaining, but I know Marlo would rise to the occasion. Whether we can't stand Marlo or not, or whatever the case is, I know she'll rise to the occasion as she did earlier in the season. But it was just giving blah, 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 blah. That's just what it was giving. But anywho, Drew done had an emotional breakdown. Y'all know they out to eat out there in Portugal, right? And she's having this breakdown over the lawsuit. She's still upset. And this is why, for me, I do not believe Drew talking about. And I really like Drew. But girl, I'm seeing a turn is going to happen. Drew baby. First of all, I don't think that Sheree should have felt anyway when Drew brought up the whole confiscation conversation or whatever. Sheree, it happened. You don't want to believe it. You refusing to believe it, girl. It happened. Just like Martell being cheating on his wife, not making the mistress the main. Now that he finally free, girl, it happened. You could keep saying he get a bad rep, like she by Sheree get a bad rep, girl. At some point, it's not a bad rep. It is what it is, and that's what it's giving. Okay, both of them is what they is. All right. So I don't think that Sheree should have gotten upset by anything well, yeah, I don't think she should have gotten upset by anything that Drew said, but she was gonna get upset anyway. But she didn't cry. Drew, you have came for Sheree, and I hate to say, girl, I just gotta keep it honest, okay? I just have to keep it honest as I'm watching it, whether Sheree's a fave or a non-fave of mine, whatever. You have come for this lady. Okay, you have. We have to be honest with that. You have come for this lady when you tried to tell her about her finances when it came to Anthony or whoever the young assistant was that you brought on the show. So Sheree is only giving to you what you gave to her. The only fault that I give Sheree is this. It seems as though, or at least I assumed, that y'all had moved past whatever space that y'all were in. So it should not have been something that was about to come back up. You know what I'm saying? So and if it came back up, I just like, I can't say nobody should have been mad, but y'all moved from that. So, I don't know why she's like, why would you even bring that up? Whatever the case is, I just thought that you guys were in a better place. But understand that you have come for this lady, and that lady is coming back for you, and you over here crying. And this is the other part for me. The stuff Sheree did happen on American soil. You bring this shit all the way to Portugal, and you want to sit up here and you want to cry about a lawsuit that you got going on, and Sheree not even your friend. Like, to see Drew. Tambra said something on Bell Collective where she said, I have this thing where I always misunderstand my friendship with people or misunderstand who I am to people or something like that. And Drew, you do that too. You misunderstanding who Sheree is to you. Sheree is not your friend. She's not your friend. So she really don't, I feel like, owe you a whole lot for her to not really mention it or bring it up or whatever. But it happened. It's in the public eye. The ladies are going to be bringing it up. They're going to talk about it. And I just don't understand why we crying over $1,000 that you owe to somebody. And then when you talk to her about it, she's like, no, it's more than the $1,000. This situation includes my family. It includes my kids. It's really a lot, America. I'm going through so much. No, I'm not giving her any more money. We already paid her, Drew. It's giving y'all paid her in cash, and I'm gonna be all honesty, it's giving Ralph could have paid her in. And I'm just, girl, listen, don't back up, okay? Just back. I'm just telling you what it looked like to me, okay? All this falling all over the place, crying all over the place. This man taking trips down to Tampa a long periodically time ago. This man getting too close to his damn assistant. This man flying out there to go audition for a piece of a chocolate city, or whatever the case is. Okay, so it's giving you stress the hell out about this damn man and wondering what it is that he doing while you all the way out the country and he ain't nowhere near the house because he on the other side of our damn country. Okay, so it's giving that man got you up in here with yours, okay? And you trying to make it seem like it's about the $1,000. But it makes me also question, like, I feel like, was Miss Girl over there cooking in the kitchen and cooking it with your husband? Because that's where all them tears, it seemed like they coming from, where like some type of inappropriate relationship could have been happening between the two. Is what I'm wondering. I don't know this to be fact. I'm just giving y'all my observation of the situation, okay? Drew was I felt like Drew was on one. She had me agreeing with Sheree. Okay. Drew says the lawsuit is no effing joke. She says she never been sued in her life. Girl, I hear you. Don't care. Girl, people go on Judge Mathis and other shows and be sued for $200, $300, and you over here crying about $1,000 when you should have that. You just gave Sheree $5,000. Is it that you done gave Sheree the $5,000 and you ain't got no more? Did you give her too much? Should you have given her $4,000 so you can hold on to the one? What is it? What's going on? Which one is it, ma'am? Because you was getting a bit annoying for me. I've never been sued before. $1,000, this, that, and the other. It was a bit much, Drew. It was a bit much. Like, girl, do you know some of these ladies sitting up here in your face have been sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars? Do you know that? And you sit over here talking about a damn 1,000? I don't know. What the hell is going on? Anywho, here goes Sheree talking about oh my God, Drew, I didn't even know that you were getting sued. Sheree, back, girl. You better, you please get back. Okay, girl, give me a lot of feet because I feel like I'm in COVID right now and you the virus. Scoot your ass back. Okay, because you knew mother well. All right. She knew that lady was getting sued. I don't care nothing about what Sheree talking about. That's why she brought it up, because she said she saw some stuff in the blog. So for you to sit up there and say, I didn't even know that you were getting sued. Sheree, we know that you'll lie at the drop of a dime. You just like Drew. Y'all literally should be big sis, little sis, literally. Okay. Anywho, so Drew, I felt like, I already talked about that. Drew has come for Sheree in the past. Sheree is coming back for her. I just didn't understand why she was so emotional. I think Kandi Burruss had a point. I think Kandi had a point. I don't care. Kandi said, you have gotten in worse arguments with people and have not cried like this. Girl, you over here crying about $1,000 of somebody suing you when Sheree was over here attacking your business. When they was over here talking about your body, talking about some dropping with Drew, and you talking about you dropped so many pounds and everybody was not believing you. Girl, I would be more upset about that, because then that's my business. You're affecting me from getting $1,000 or so dollars. I would be more upset with that than this bitch over here suing me. And in all honesty, if I know that I'm in the right with everything for the most part, what am I crying for? You want to take me to court for $1,000? Then let's go, baby girl. Then let's go. Because you probably going to lose more money than that, thinking you finna get $1,000 out of me. So that's why it's hard for me to believe that any of that had anything to do with the money. I think it was more so about her husband. What else? Kenya comes out. She tries to, have a conversation, see what's going on. So much so that she was willing to offer her money and other people's money. I said, Kenya, not you that came up to talk about how much is it? How much is $1,000 divided by 8? Girl, I was like, Kenya, you not finna buy. Now, see, Kenya, listen, that's one thing about Miss Kenya. Miss Kenya gonna get some money up out of people. You hear me? That's that motherfucker there. That know how to get some money out of folks. Okay, Kenya, you done already got 5 racks up out these hoes about a week or two ago. And then now you about to sit up here and take a little piece of their money too? Girl, no, that's probably my spending money. No, ma'am, Drew not getting none of that. I don't even much like her enough like that for me to get her a piece of that. Like, girl, no, ma'am. So Kenya wanted to see if all of them could pitch in to pay the $1,000 so that we could make it go away. Drew was like, no, it's not that. It's not about the money. No, it's not that. We've already paid her. See, it's things that you don't even know about. Okay, BITCH, well, we out here trying to find out about it. We out here trying to give you some support, but it seemed like you don't want that. And you holding on to your information. Now, you're not obligated to share anything with us, but at the same time, in order for us to understand, and that's what you're wanting, understanding from your friends, then you gonna have to come up off a little something. Tell us a little something. Okay. So it just was not making sense. She was like, it's things that y'all don't even know about. I can't talk about it though, and this and that. And it's like, girl, if you can't talk about it, it's because Ralph out here embarrassing the fuck out you. That's just where we at. And Ralph probably got your ass upset before you went and sat down there with the ladies, is what I'm thinking. So, girl, that's probably what was going on. Anywho, let's see. Kandi, what I noticed was, Kandi says that she's only in I keep want to say Barcelona, in Portugal, for like 2 days or something, and she had to get back. Well, what we know is Kandi has to do some shows with her group. And then it dawned on me, a lot of people have been complaining about why we haven't been really seeing Kandi this season because she's so busy. But remember, y'all, I believe she said it earlier on a different speak on it, where she was kind of like filming. I believe she was filming them almost at the same time, Real Housewives and the Xscape show, right? So I think they could have been happening like around the same time and everything. So I think that could be part of the reason as well as to why we haven't been seeing Kandi as much on the show or whatever, because she's gonna be leaving out like not the very next day, but the day after the next. Okay, she's gonna be heading out because she got shows and stuff to do. Now they talked to Kandi about her having a lot on her plate and stuff, and Kandi is like, yeah, I do. Like, I feel like I'm still in the building stage. When I tell you, my head cocked to the side, like everybody else head cocked to the side, like, bitch, what? You think you still building? What, you think you at the bottom? Like, what the hell? Where are you trying to go, Kandi? How hard on yourself do you need to be? How many bricks do you need to carry around on your back? I'm a little confused, okay? And she was just kind of talking from a space of, I guess she's lost some things, right? And she says if she ever got those things again, she'll never let it go. So it sounds like she could have possibly made some wrong moves, and now she's hustling to get back to making the right moves and, really maximizing on the opportunities that comes towards her. Okay. So that's what it sounds like. Now, the ladies are headed out to the market the next day. And as usual, Miss Kenya Moore is late. Y'all know y'all have to tell Kenya ahead of time. Y'all got to tell Kenya 3 hours before y'all need her to be there if y'all want her on time. It's just what it is, okay? Unfortunately for Kenya, she was late. She was trying to get out the door. It did look like she was rushing. I will give her that, okay? Although, she was late, it did seem like she was trying to rush to get to the ladies. She came outside in some flip-flops. That really don't even sound like something that's just wise. Like, I mean, not flip-flops, I'm sorry, house shoes. And I'm like, Kenya, I expected more from you. Why are you coming out in the rain and some house shoes? So she walked outside. Unfortunately, she made the very first step, it looked like, outside, and she slipped and she fell. And I felt so bad for that lady. So bad. She fell on that butt. Okay. And I could just imagine what that felt like. Because not too long ago, I know my sciatica nerve was messing up. I think I could have told y'all about that. Like, girl, I was around here barely able to walk, like struggling. Do you hear me? So yeah, that's part of the reason why, bitch, I was not gonna come on camera, because I was not in the mood to come on camera. Okay, but I could run this mouth though. But this body, bitch, I couldn't stand up. Okay, I could, girl. Listen, fiance had to help me go to the bed, to the bathroom, to the everywhere, to the girl. I was messed up till I got to the chiropractor. So I'm just imagining and thinking of her like, damn, I didn't even fall. I think I was just sitting wrong for a long period of time, and it just came upon me. But she fell hard as fuck. Hard as fuck. Felt really bad. And to hear her kind of like the sound of her voice when she's about to cry, I was like, oh my, I felt really bad for Miss Kenya. I hate that happened to her, but she did get to the hospital. Shout out to Kandi. Kandi went with her, but I know Kandi probably felt the way. Kandi always showing up for people, right? But I know that got to be tiring sometimes. I would have felt the way if I only had 2 days out there in Portugal and I got to spend one of those days at the hospital with my friend. Well, maybe not. It depends on who the friend is, girl. I guess if it's my home, I'm going to care about her enough to go. And then hell, she probably didn't want to hang out with dad for real anyway. But maybe it was bittersweet. Like, I want to be here to support her, but then at the same time, I want to do this or that. But girl, oh no, I was gonna say, who the hell went with Drew to the hospital when she messed up her Achilles or whatever? But I think Ralph was there. I think Ralph ended up going there with her, but child, I guess Miss Kandi went there and supported her. So there's that. I think Kenya got the medication that she needed. She chilled out. I don't know how long they're going to be in Portugal. And I don't know if Kenya's going to be able to come out and interact with the ladies. I don't know what that's going to look like. But if she's not able to come out, y'all going to have to bring it, because it's not giving that much entertaining. But anywho, let's see. I think we talked about all of that. Marlo wanted to show off pics of her date because the ladies went out to the market. They got the food they wanted the restaurant to cook. They made it to the restaurant. Marlo wanted to show everybody pictures of her man, her new boo, because she's really feeling him, okay? She's calling him bae and all of those things. Like, she is super, super giddy about this man. So then Sheree had to throw salt on the game and let her know that Kenya said that it was a Tinder date. All right. Mayetta tells Marlo that she didn't like how Marlo tried to take Kenya's shine. I have to say, I don't think Marlo was trying to really take Kenya's shine in that moment. I don't even think Marlo can take Kenya's shine, in all honesty. The way Kenya paid her dust, like, I don't think Marlo could do that. Nah, I kind of disagree with that, Mayetta. Yeah, she did. Marlo did look surprised, like, oh my God, that's Roy, or whatever. Like, I went on a date with him, da 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 da. And Kenya got up and walked off. Like, that ain't taking her shine for real, because that man FaceTime to talk to her. So I don't think, I guess the key word was, you said tried. That was the key word. She tried, but she didn't. To me, I don't feel like she took Kenya's shine at all. Even when she tried to, I don't know who was trying to bring the conversation back up at Drew's house to talk about the DMs and all this and that. Kenya still paid her dust. She was like, good thing he stopped talking to her so that he could get with me. Like, it's just what it is. Like, period. Like, I'm glad he saw that was a loser. He got with a winner, and let's move on. So I didn't think that was that big of a deal, but Mayetta called her out about that. Sheree says Mayetta thinks it's okay for Kenya to pull out a DM, but it's not okay for Marlo to pull out a DM. And she tells Mayetta she needs to get her head and pull her head out of Kenya and Candy's ass. And I said, well, girl, you need to pull your head out of Martell's ass, only for him to end up calling on the phone. Pull your head out of his ass, because it's definitely not giving girlfriend. It's giving friend girl. La 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 is what it's giving. Okay. And all that extraness when he called on the phone talking about something. Oh, we don't spend this much time away from each other. I want you to think of me. First of all, Martell knew she had him on speaker. That's number one. And number two, he just wanted to say some shit to make her homegirls go, okay. That's all he did. Semantics, honey. Girl, he did that to get a reaction like he always do. What else? Sheree says Mayetta thinks it's okay for Kenya to pull out a DM, but not Marlo. Marlo can put out whatever the hell she wants. The difference is how y'all handled it. Kenya paid it dust, and instead of you paying it dust, like, oh, okay, girl, I see you, but anyway, you look cute tonight, and moving on, you decided to bring Martell into the conversation. Now, what's her name? Kenya could have called Roy back on FaceTime and really got into some things if she wanted to. She chose not to because she was not willing to give Marlo a moment. That's what y'all need to understand. But let's keep going. But Sheree makes sure to tell Drew that Kandi felt like she was acting when she was crying, because when Drew walked out, Kandi definitely said and seen. Now, I'll be honest and say I think that's kind of messed up to say if that person is somebody that you consider your friend and they're walking out and you like and seen. But it also makes me wonder if Drew had been getting on Candy's damn nerves for her to be like, okay, she tripping and seen. Like, what was that? What was that about Miss Kandi, girl? Drew says she wants friends that care about what's happening in her life. And I'm like, I hear you. But when they try to care or even understand what's happening in your life, you kind of shut down and don't want to tell them nothing when they already know enough. So it's like, why not just, what's really going on? But okay, I guess, like, I mean, just care, y'all. Just don't say that because she real sensitive. But when y'all have something, Drew gonna bring it up. She gonna make sure to mention it, but y'all can't mention nothing about what's going on with her. But anywho, so Drew don't like, no, I said Sheree. I said Sheree does not like you. So I don't know if she really owes you anything. And that's just clear. You want your friends to care. She don't really like you. I do understand how you feel about Kandi, and you see that Kandi's your friend, so you expect her to care about what's going on. I definitely understand that. So that's a conversation that you and Kandi need to have. Marlo apologizes to Drew because they asked like, how is Drew and Marlo doing or whatever. And Marlo apologizes for going off on Drew. Marlo has actually already apologized to Drew. And when Drew told her the same thing she told her in Portugal, she told her, listen, you need to be consistent with that. What happened? Marlo hung up in her damn face and she started talking all that shit about that lady behind her back. But then you get in her face and she tell you the exact same thing she said on the phone. And then you just got real quiet. Girl, Marlo is a trip, honey. I do think that Marlo needs to be consistent when it comes to that. Now, I don't really have notes for the rest of it, so I'm gonna try to remember what happened. I just have subject matters. Kandi versus Drew. Everybody lets Drew know that Kandi said that she was saying and seen. Kandi, when Drew brought it up to Kandi was like, I feel like, you've gotten into it with other people and you've never taken it to that extent. This time you dramatic and you all over the place. And Drew was like, well, I feel away. You're my friend. You shouldn't do that. Whatever. Kandi was like, but I feel like a lot of y'all do be like really sensitive in the group for the most part. Either way, Kandi ends up apologizing to Drew. Drew accepts the apology from my understanding. And then they move on. But that was quickly ruined at some point, okay? Sonya speaks on her sister. She gets emotional. They talk about that. I think somebody asked about dropping with Drew, and then it gets into the conversation of Sheree. She by Sheree. Sheree wants everybody to support her. And everybody's like, we try to support you, but your website either never working or you never have what we want. And I said the same damn thing, okay? Sheree says, oh, now these ladies all of a sudden want to act like they don't know how to navigate a website. No, BITCH. They don't know how to navigate your website because it's always down. Sheree, I want you to understand that it's absolutely okay to not know what the hell you're doing in your first year of business. I think that's totally okay. A lot of the hiccups that you are facing, I think, are extremely normal, especially for somebody that has a large following, people that have been waiting for years to see what you have to offer. Like, you're going to have hiccups, and that's totally okay. But to think that people are not supposed to discuss or mention the hiccups at all is that's a problem. Like, I don't understand why. Like, but okay. Anywho, she didn't want to hear it, but I think Monyetta ended up purchasing She by Sheree. I think Sonya was able to get something. I don't know if Kandi ordered anything or not, but I think she probably got a few sales in there. Okay. And I was kind of with Sheree a bit like, BITCH, I gave you $5,000 for your damn project, girl. You better go over there and buy up at least $500 worth of items on my store. Okay, girl. You better figure it out. Drew. Conversation comes up about Drew making out with LaToya. I don't even remember how that conversation got started, but Drew denied it to her core. Kandi said, yes, you did do it because I saw it. Drew is still in denial mode. When she goes downstairs and she talks to Sheree like the next morning, first of all, Kandi snapped on her. Let's get to that. Kandi went off on Drew because Drew called her a liar. And Candy's like, now I let you say a lot of stuff, girl, but one thing you're not going to do is sit up here and call me no liar. I'm going to be on your ass if you think I'm playing. Like, girl, don't play me. Like, you trying to play me for stupid. Like, I didn't see what I saw with my own motherfucking eyes. Let me tell y'all something. I do believe Drew kissed LaToya. I don't care nothing about LaToya texting her saying she didn't do it. I really believe that she did kiss her. And I feel like LaToya has said that on more than one occasion. So yeah, I believe that they did kiss. I also believe that those ladies were so drunk, filling up, touching up on each other and dancing and all of that. And Drew was doing too much. Like, girl, I believe that y'all kissed. I do. Because it was real awkward how y'all was beefing and then all of a sudden y'all super cool and close. I was like, girl, what is this giving? I do believe that y'all kissed, Drew. Now, you can play dumb all you want to, or maybe you were too drunk to remember what happened, but you did. Okay. What else happened? So she goes and she talks to Sheree the next day, and I think Kandi ended up leaving the room that night. She was like upset, like, I'm not fucking with you hoes. Like, I'm ready to go for real, because what you're not gonna do is lie on me. So Drew goes and talks to Sheree, and she said that she texted Latoya, and Latoya said no. She was like, for the record, did you and I ever kiss? And Latoya said no. And then Drew also said in the confessional that Kandi told Latoya to say at the reunion that she kissed Drew. Now, I would like to know if that's true, because how I believe it could have possibly went, in my personal, I feel like Toya could have went to Kandi, told her what happened, and says, if that bitch does this or says that, I'm gonna blast her and tell everybody that we kissed. And Kandi was like, okay, then do that. If that's what you want to do, like, then hey, do that. So yeah. Also, I feel like that's how the conversation could have went to Drew. But y'all know how Drew like to sometimes, not so much as misinterpret, but misrelay facts at times. So I just wonder, like, what's true and what's not, because I do believe that Drew kissed her, and I do believe this whole no, we didn't kiss that Toya is saying. I don't believe that. I do believe that they kissed. I do. And Drew, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, your nigga done flew his ass all the way out to Tampa to be with somebody else. At least allegedly. That's what we want to believe. He was over here getting too close to the assistant. He let another woman ask you, convince you, or whatever, really not even ask you, talk to him first, then came to you, I suppose, about your man auditioning for whatever little strip tease thing she got going on. And like, girl, what? If you kissed her, you kissed her. You was having a good time. You ain't smash her. You ain't do all that. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Okay. He probably be over there smacking little strippers on the butt or whatever he doing. Like, let's not make this a big deal. And that's where you begin dramatic. Because it's like, just own it. If that's what you did, just own it so that we can move on. Please, please own it so we can move on. But if you didn't do it, I do understand. If you didn't do it and you bring in your proof and you saying that Toya said that you didn't do it, y'all bring Toya on the show and let Toya confirm what the hell really going on. Okay, but don't bother that lady while she pregnant. Let her have her baby, then y'all can bring her back next season or something. I was opposed to Toya returning, but I'm really not. Okay, I'm really not. Y'all can slide Toya back, and we could get into some things. All right. But that's pretty much what the episode was. It wasn't giving a whole lot. Like I said, I give it like a 5 or so. Y'all let me know what y'all would rate this episode. While you're rating the episode, go ahead and rate the video with a thumbs up. Okay. I would greatly appreciate that. All right. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter and Threads at JamiThatsMe. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.